Some nights, when you look up at the sky, it seems eternal, unchanging stars, a familiar moon, serene darkness. Yet behind that stillness lies motion unseen to our eyes. Rocks orbiting the sun, comets swinging in from the distant reaches, asteroids drifting in pathways shaped by gravity. Most of the time, we are blissfully unaware. But every so often, one of those silent wanderers reminds us we are not isolated. Our planet, dazzling and resilient though it is, sits in a neighborhood of potential hazards. One of the most famous of these silent wanderers is Apophis, a name evoking ancient myth, chaos, darkness. It is an asteroid discovered in 2004 that for a time shook both scientists and the public with the possibility that it might one day strike Earth. And though recent observations have eased that worry, the journey from fear to confidence offers lessons deeper than astronomy. It reveals something about who we are when faced with cosmic uncertainty. Apophis was first spotted on June 19, 2004, by astronomers Roy Tucker, David Tholen, and Fabrizio Bernardi at Kitt Peak, Arizona. At first, it was just another near-Earth object, NEO, one of many. But as more observations rolled in, its orbit was refined, and something unsettling emerged. An early projection showed about a 2.7% chance that Apophis would strike Earth on April 13, 2029. In celestial forecasting, that percentage is enormous. It was enough to send scientists into urgent recalculations, to run simulations, to mobilize global observatories. That projection spawned concerns not as abstractions, but as real fears. What if? What if on that date, we are struck? And because the possibility lay within a generation, not centuries hence, it resonated powerfully, which, in turn, raised pivotal questions. What does an impact look like? What are our options? Can we see it coming with enough precision to act? To understand the potential of an Apophis impact, one must grasp its scale. At roughly 370 meters across, Apophis is neither small rock nor city-sized monster. It is somewhere in between, large enough to cause devastation on a regional or even continental level, but not so huge as to cause worldwide extinction. If it hit a densely populated area, entire cities could be destroyed, infrastructure shattered. The shockwave would level buildings, the heat would spark fires, dust and debris would darken skies. If it hit in the ocean, tsunamis with waves hundreds of meters high could devastate coasts thousands of kilometers away. Beyond the immediate damage, the ecological consequences would be profound. Disruption of climate patterns, devastation of agriculture, potential collapse of supply chains, mass displacement of people. Recovery could take decades or longer. It's not an end-of-the-world scenario in a literal sense, but for those in its path and for global society, it would be a cataclysm of severe proportions. A large part of why Apophis became such a concern is due to the intricacies of orbital mechanics. It's not just position and velocity. It's the way gravity tugs and nudges, how planets, moons, the sun, even subtle effects like radiation pressure can shift an asteroid's path over time. The concept of the gravitational keyhole is central here. Imagine a small sliver of space, perhaps only hundreds of meters wide, through which Apophis might pass during the 2029 flyby. If it did, Earth's gravity would slightly bend its path, sending it on a future collision course. Miss that keyhole, and it may safely pass by. Hit it, or even graze it, and the future changes. Then there is the Yarkovsky effect, a subtle force caused by how the asteroid absorbs sunlight and re-emits heat. Over time, that thermal thrust accumulates, shifting the asteroid's trajectory, often by small amounts, but enough to matter when dealing with celestial distances and decades of motion. These perturbations, combined with gravitational influences from planets, require constant observation and constant recalculation to pin down risk. To handle the uncertainty, astronomers launched into action. Telescopes across the globe tracked Apophis repeatedly, refining its orbit night after night. Radar observations helped determine its shape, rotation, composition, mass, all factors that influence how it interacts with sunlight, how heat distributes over its surface, how gravity of nearby bodies affects it. The turning point came in March 2021, when high-precision radar observations from NASA's Deep Space Network and other observatories provided enough data to rule out the possibility of an impact in 2029 and 2036 with high confidence. The result? Apophis was removed from catalogs of potentially hazardous objects for those dates, and scientists declared the Earth was not in immediate danger from it. That wasn't just good news. It was a triumph of observational science, decades of patience, and international cooperation. But it was not the end of interest, because 2029 is still coming, and with it, an incredibly close past that offers opportunity and risk in equal measure. When Apophis comes near on April 13th, 2029, it will pass at a distance of about 31,000 kilometers from Earth. To put that in perspective, many of our geostationary satellites orbit at around 36,000 kilometers. Apophis will pass inside that realm. It will be visible to millions of people without telescopes, a moving point of light in the sky. For a few minutes, it will command attention, curiosity, perhaps even fear. This flyby will allow scientists to study Apophis in unprecedented detail: its size, shape, spin rate, internal structure, how solid or rubble pile it is, whether it is monolithic or fractured. Instruments on Earth and possibly spacecraft will observe it, perhaps send radar, spectrometers, and imaging systems to learn its composition. We'll watch how sunlight heats it, how it radiates heat back into space, and measure any perturbations in its trajectory. It's a natural experiment, one that teaches us not only about Apophis but about asteroids in general, how they behave, how they can threaten, and how we might ultimately defend against one. Because the Apophis episode forced a reckoning, we are vulnerable, more so than we like to admit. Asteroid impacts have shaped Earth's past, creating craters, causing mass extinctions, altering climate. In most of our history, we had no defense. But now, we can see it coming. We can plan. We can even act. The concept of planetary defense, detecting, tracking, and if necessary, deflecting threatening objects, is no longer science fiction. Missions like NASA's DART, Double Asteroid Redirection Test, have already tested the principle. International agencies are working on collaborations, emergency response plans, and even legal and ethical frameworks. Who decides to deflect? What if a deflection path threatens another region on Earth? How much risk is acceptable? These are not trivial questions. They are foundational to responsible space stewardship. The story of Apophis is not just numbers and orbits. It touches something deeper in us: fear of existential risk, of sudden catastrophe. The realization that Earth isn't invulnerable, that something unbidden from space could change our lives in a moment. Hope, because science, ingenuity, cooperation can reduce that risk. Because humanity has demonstrated before that when faced with danger, we can unify, focus, and overcome. Wonder, because there is something awe-inspiring in the fact that we share our cosmic neighborhood with things so large, so old, so silent, moving through space on paths shaped by gravity, light, heat. Imagination, stories, art, science fiction, all shaped by the idea of celestial threats. We tell ourselves tales of asteroids, of survival, of what it means to be responsible in a universe that is largely indifferent. Apophis is a warning and also an invitation. A warning that vigilance matters, that the skies overhead are not infinite safety but active terrain, that what we cannot see or predict accurately remains risk. An invitation to build better detection systems, to map asteroids more thoroughly, to invest in technologies for deflection and response, to make planetary defense part of global policy. An invitation to think ethically, not only how to stop a threat, but what are the consequences of any action we take, whose safety we protect, how transparently services respond. The moral dimensions of deciding to deflect an asteroid, divert its path away from one region but possibly toward another, must be part of the conversation.